The only thing I'm committed to right now is getting hotter, richer, and smarter. And if you're on the same vibe, then you're in the right place. You know I had to come back with a fresh, updated glow up guide because I got new information and I'm never gonna gatekeep. This is your ultimate guide to finishing the year off as the hottest version of yourself and starting 2025 as the hottest version of yourself. We're not talking about just surface level change. This is an entire rebranding of your life and identity. Remember that you can change your life whenever you want by simply changing the rules. And the best part, you make the rules. You hold the ability to change your life at any moment, reinvent yourself at any moment by simply changing the standards you live by. I love to think of each rebrand as the beginning of a new season of me. Just like TV shows evolve, you're evolving too. And your rebrand is just a new season in your series. Right now, I'm in season 24 of my life for 2024, and I'm documenting the entire journey over on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there for all the behind the scenes juice. Now, when you're stepping into a new season of your life, you have to have the right energy, the right version of you that is also stepping into that season. You get to decide what season you're stepping into, what the vibe is, what the energy of this season is. Is it a season of transformation and isolation? Is it a series of enjoying the fruits of your labor from the previous season's hard work? Or is it maybe a season of taking things to the next level and expanding on what you've already built? For example, for me, 2023 was a season of grinding, hustling, and unlocking the first level of my dream life. I spent that time hustling in the shadows, planting seeds, and unlearning everything I had learned for 26 years. The first half of 2024, that was where I was celebrating all of my efforts from 2023. But this upcoming season, season 24, is a completely different vibe. I am focusing on connection and expansion. And that's the part that is so beautiful about this entire process because it's specific to your path. Do not get caught up in the trap of comparison because no two paths are the same. Embrace every season you are in, no matter if other people are in different seasons of their life, because this is part of your divine path. All the seasons I have ever been in required me to be a different version of myself, embody different energies, prioritize different things, and depending on your season's new theme, you will also have different energies, different priorities, and different rules. Now let's talk about my basic rebranding framework that can be applied to every single season. So you can literally just plug and play this formula every single time you're evolving into a new season. So save this video and come back to it later. We're breaking down the rebrand into 3 quadrants: hotter, richer, smarter. These are the 3 key areas that we are always going to blow up. We are always going to be leveling up no matter what season you are in, because improving them will always have a high ROI. First, hotter. Let's talk about getting hotter. You want the confidence that is going to make you feel like her every single time you step into any room, no matter who you're talking to. Whatever it is, you need to have the ultimate confidence. And no one's gonna tell you this, but sometimes confidence does come from the way you look and your appearance. So you gotta make sure that you're always looking your best so you can ultimately always feel your best, because both go hand in hand. Now, in this first quadrant, we can break off into 6 separate quadrants, mini quadrants, if you will. We've got hair, skin, nails, your teeth and mouth area, posture, and hygiene. So for your hair, what is your dream hair? Are you changing the color? Are you getting extensions? Maybe you're in this zone of, I want to just grow it out to be the healthiest version of itself. So you're stripping yourself of all the other things. You're not doing the dyeing anymore, you're ditching the extensions, you're just focusing on regrowth. Maybe you want to get a whole new haircut. Decide what this season of your life is calling you to do with your hair. And I just want to point out that whatever season you're stepping into will influence what you focus on with these different quadrants and where you focus your attention. Like I said, every single season requires different priorities and different focuses. So if you're in a season of isolation and transformation, maybe you're not gonna step out with a brand new haircut and hair color. Maybe you're gonna just focus on getting really, really long, healthy hair, doing the hair oiling, doing the scalp detoxes. If your season is gonna require you to be stepping out onto the town, meeting new people, like in my season it is, maybe I'm going to get my hair colored. I'm gonna try a new haircut. I'm gonna focus on what my face shape is and get a fun little do going to suit my face. Just always keep in the back of your head while you're doing this rebrand what it is you are focusing on for this season of your life. Next is skin. Of course, prioritize your skincare. Skincare over everything. The main thing is to get a skincare routine that works for you. Honestly, you need to ditch trying all the trending products. In general, everybody just needs to stop trying trending things. Do things for you that work for you. Don't hop on the latest skincare trend. Don't hop on the latest, clothing trend. It's just all nonsense. You're wasting your money, your resources, your time, your energy on focusing on trends rather than focusing all of that time, money, and resources onto figuring out what you look best in, how you look, what body type you have, what your colors are, and then spending money on getting that kind of wardrobe and that palette built. So for skin, maybe you're upgrading to new skincare products, you're doing like a whole rebrand, you've gone to a dermatologist, you're doing that. Maybe you're just stripping everything and you're starting from scratch, you're going basic soap, cream, sunscreen. Figure out what you need to do for your skin. You'll obviously have different needs than everybody else. There's so many different skin situations that can be happening. So figure out what you find most important and focus your efforts there. Next is nails, and I go back to the individualized thing I was just talking about. Some girls don't look good with almond-shaped nails. I said it, that's the truth. Some girls don't look good with square nails or round and oval nails. You don't need to do what everybody else is doing. Figure out your type of finger, okay? Long and slender, like this nail shape, I don't know what possessed me to do that. That doesn't look good on me. I'm always gonna go for the oval or the almond. I decided to switch it up, which is fine. Try new things, but you will notice that that's just not looking too good on my fingernails. This is a new color that I tried. I quite liked it. It brought up my skin color. So experiment, try new things, but you will always have something that just hits for you and your face and your hair and your body and your nails and all of it. So figure out what works for you. Almond usually does look really, really nice for a lot of people. However, if you have longer nails, maybe going for more of an oval / like rounded tip is gonna work better, because an almond might like bring them out to here and you'll have super daddy long legs fingers. Do you want that? If you do, that's fine, go for it. But again, figure out what works for you. But always have your nails on point. Never not have your nails done. Never undone, meaning never touched. They need to at least have basic grooming done. If you need to come up with like a full starting from scratch glow up plan, watch this video next. But you don't have to have tips, you don't have to have shellac, you don't have to have any of that fancy schmancy stuff. You can just do a cut at home, a little file, use a nail brush every single time you're showering. So you need to make sure the hands are on point. Cream on the hands, that really takes somebody to the next level and elevates them. Next is teeth and mouth. Mouth area needs to be on point. You can get an electric flosser if you don't like actually flossing. My brother just put me onto that, so shout out to him. He's a crazy person with his teeth. Electric flosser, veneers, teeth whitening, smiling. Invest in your smile. If you need to invest in your smile and it's just something that's not hitting, just do that. Save the money, get it done. Veneers, I personally can't speak on veneers because I've never had them. I don't know anyone that ever has had them, so can't speak on that. Do your research if you will, but that's a route you can go down. Whitening is a great route. Just basic oral hygiene. Chapstick, I say this all the time. Nobody uses chapstick. If I'm speaking to you and there's crusty stuff coming off your lips, it's telling me a lot of things. You need to have chapstick on. Take care of your mouth region. That is where people are looking. Next is posture. Again, there's so many things that you can do without spending money that can totally elevate you and take you to the next level and get you into that hotter category. And one of those things being posture. The thing with posture is a lot of people think it's like this, right? Where you're sticking your chest out and then you're kind of looking like a worm. But that's not the point. You want to bring your abs in, like tuck your belly button, sort of how you're doing yoga or Pilates. You're tucking your belly button in. You're keeping your back straight. You're putting most of your weight on your lower back. So your upper back should feel zero annoyance, like zero pressure. That's why like a lot of people sit like this, because they think that they gotta like upright this whole time. No, it's just your lower back. So keep your lower back straight, be a flat board. Don't do this whole S thing and like stick your chest out. It's just really very simple stuff, but it can make such a big difference. It can show confidence, it can show strength, it can really just open everything up, and people respond to you so much differently. Somebody very attractive with bad posture is no longer attractive. Somebody very mid can be very attractive because they have good posture. It's a very big game changer, so if anything, get your posture in check. And the last one, this needs to go without saying, but I'm gonna say it, hygiene. Basic hygiene. Some of us just need to shower a little more, scrub a little bit more, wash our hair a little bit more. I know I can't talk right now because this is the result of not washing my hair, but what I have really learned recently is that a lot of issues can be resolved if we just washed our hair more often. Sometimes it's not more the things that we need to add on to our beauty routine. It's actually just increasing the frequency of the stuff we already do. So washing the hair, I know I'm Indian, and so it's not really a thing that we wash our hair, you know, every other day. A lot of people do have to wash their hair. A big secret is to not wash your hair often, but what I found is that if the hair is greasy, just wash it. There's no point waiting till the next day. Sometimes we can't. Like today, I had to film this video. I'm not gonna come on camera with my hair slicked back with oil in it. So I had to wait, but I hope you catch the drift. If your hair is greasy, just wash it. Right? If you look like you need a shower, just take the shower. Don't wait. Don't prolong it because, oh, it's going to ruin my hair. No, the basic hygiene needs to be back up on track. We got to get the basic hygiene going again, and then we can add in other stuff. It's, again, on the bottom of the pyramid, basic hygiene. Just handle it. I've said this before, but I never did it. I'm actually going to do a full hygiene video just so we can really elevate the hygiene and get it to the next level where we're always smelling good, we're always looking clean and fresh, because those things, again, are so basic but make such a big difference. So those are all the 6 quadrants, but this part that I'm about to say is so game changing and will take you to the next level. Pro tip, okay? 2 pro tips. The first one, look at your celebrity lookalike. I have said this before in a video. This has also been talked about a lot on TikTok. Find the person that looks exactly like you and copy what they do. They have access to celebrity hairstylists, celebrity colorists, so they know their colors, they're using their colors. Their stylists know their colors and are picking colors for them and their specific palette. So look what they're wearing, look how they're doing their makeup. If you like the way they look and they look like you, copy what they're doing. That is going to give you direct access to whatever they have access to without spending the big bucks. So study them, study what they've looked best in, even their body types. In one of my other videos, in my glow up videos, I have talked about you can pick different things from different people that look like you. So if you find somebody that looks like you who has really, really great makeup, take that from them. But if her body doesn't really match yours, you can leave the body part and you can go to somebody else who has a similar body. They don't have to look like you, they don't have to have the same skin color, they just have to have the body. So you can take bits and pieces from people to almost create your perfect you in them, in these celebrities, and then just copy what they do. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on that, leave a comment and I will just clarify. But the next one is your seduction archetype. So we all have different innate energies within us. Every single woman has a different innate energy. Sometimes I get comments and people are like, oh my God, you're so dark feminine energy. For me, dark feminine energy is my predominant energy. You might have picked that up. I have more of that. It's easier for me to be in that energy, whereas, I've talked about this before, my lighter energy is an active thing I have to work on, and I have worked on in the last couple of years. So now I can bounce between both. But before, I was predominantly in my dark feminine energy, and my light feminine was very, very underdeveloped. So for you, you will have an archetype that you will resonate with the most, and it would be in your best interest to almost match your clothing, your makeup, your whole exterior to that archetype to really bring it out, because that's what people are picking up on the most. So for me, I resonate with the siren, there's the mystic, there's the queen, there's the coquette, there's a bunch of other ones, but just figure out which one you resonate the most with, what your natural energy resonates the most with, and kind of match your whole vibe, aesthetic to that energy, to that archetype, and you'll see such a big difference just in the way that you carry yourself and you feel, and your confidence will just really radiate. Quadrant number 2, the richer. We need to get richer. That is just one of the things we're always committed to over here. Now in this quadrant, we're not talking just about making more money, we're talking about building wealth, creating big opportunities for ourselves and making the big moves now that your future self will thank you for. Now there are 4 areas that I've kind of covered, but I'm sure there are more. These are just the most prominent and kind of needle moving that I have found in my life. So the first one is investing. Right now you could be in a season where you've got quite stable income and you can put aside money every single month into your investing, into your stocks, into your index funds, whatever it is. There's so much that can be done in investing, and if you're in a season of building, you can look at investing as something to really get more knowledgeable on and figure out how you can make it work best for you and your specific circumstances. This is not financial advice, by the way. Next is a side hustle. I'm all for the side hustles because my side hustle turned into a full-time career, and now I make a full-time income doing what I used to do as a side hustle. It doesn't have to be content creation like mine, but you can start a side hustle. You can set aside about an hour, 2 hours a day or every weekend if you only have that much time to work on a side hustle, because a lot of people are underestimating the power of online businesses. They're underestimating the impact of having several income streams in building generational wealth and building, long-term wealth. So think about where you can put your focus that can add in a second or third or fourth stream of income into your life, so that you're not just relying on one thing to bring in money, to bring in the bread. We gotta have other focuses, right? So side hustles, great ones are, like I said, content creation, monetizing a passion project, freelancing, just, consulting. Maybe you already have skills that you're in a job doing. You can take that and use it as a side hustle and freelance and just do consultancy work. There's so many different options here, but I very, very much recommend this. Third one, content creation. Get into content creation. So much money is to be made in content creation. It can start as a side hustle. You can build stability so that you're not just dipping out of your current job, and then once it takes off, you can dip out. This is not financial advice. This is just what I'm saying from experience. And then you can make it a full-time thing. So content creation is honestly the easiest, the best, and the fastest way to make money right now. And it's just completely taking over the world, and it's only getting bigger. So definitely jump on it if you haven't. YouTube channel, blogging. I don't know if blogging's dead. Don't quote me on that. But Instagram, TikTok, if you're in the countries that, you can be a part of TikTok Creator Fund, just get going on something. Fourth thing in the richer quadrant, which is not actually going to make us richer, because I don't personally have the belief that saving your way to riches and wealth is a thing. I believe that you can focus in on your budget, you can see what you're working with, and you can decide where you want to place your money. You not buying a Starbucks on a Friday is not going to make you a millionaire. I had to say it. Somebody had to say it. Okay, so don't go into budgeting as how much can I save? I gotta ditch everything. I gotta cancel the Netflix. I gotta cancel the Starbucks. Can't do any of the stuff. I can't go for work lunches. You can, because it's not going to make a difference. What I'm saying in the budgeting section is just so you have a clear idea of what finances you're working with. Then you can appropriately focus and funnel your money. Maybe you only have $300 to invest that month. That's fine, as long as you're investing and you're starting somewhere. Maybe this rebrand is you being in a season of first getting clear on what you're making and where it's going. Maybe you just started the workforce. So this season is okay, I'm actually being an adult here, and I'm taking time to look at my finances and plan and have money dates with myself where I sit down and I look at everything and then we funnel. Like I said, maybe you're building right now. You're in the expansion phase. All individualized, but there are so many different options for whatever season you're in order to build, generate, and just funnel money to different places that will build and generate for you. And the last one in the richer quadrant, again, is going off the last one that I just said, isn't necessarily going to build you more wealth. It is going to help you get back to baseline, which is paying off student loans, any debts that you have. Maybe that's your focus in this season. I need to just get to baseline. I've got so many debts. I've got so many different things that I have to pay off, and I just need to get to zero and balance myself out. That could be your focus. So how you're gonna do that is you're gonna go to the budgeting phase, and you're gonna think, okay, every single month I can set aside this much, or this is how much I can pay off, or do I just work and pay the whole thing off all at once? So many different options. This is a great zone to be at if you're in the season where you just need to get to baseline and get your head above water. Quadrant number 3 is the smarter quadrant. A glow up in my world is physical, but also internal. We gotta level up mentally, we gotta get educated, we gotta continue learning. You wanna be someone who not only looks good, but sounds good, can keep the conversation going, is smart, is intelligent, got a big brain. You want to be the full package, beauty and brains. And this quadrant is going to help you get there. These are all things that I did on my journey to literally become a weapon. 3 things. Podcasts, simple. Like if you're cleaning, if you're going to the gym, if you're walking, whatever little task you're doing, you can habit stack and you can get a podcast in there. Whatever you want to learn about. Make it a thing where you kind of outline what you're looking to learn this month. You can do it monthly. You can do it weekly. You can do 2 things at one time if you're skilled. Just get podcasts in there. So we can listen to an investing podcast to get the knowledge on investing, and we're also learning how to get richer. See that? It's just all happening at once. While you're cleaning, while you're doing your beauty maintenance routine, so you're looking good, you're investing, you're getting richer and smarter all at one time. It couldn't be more simple. You just have to have a system and a routine, and you're off to the races. You can listen to podcasts on self-development. Maybe you're in your healing era. Great options. If you're in your side hustle era, you could learn about business. All of these different things can be learned through podcasts. And then we go into books because we can never really be without books. I personally love reading a physical book. Books just give a different feel. So again, reading, you're always going to get smarter with reading. I like to read a little bit of weird stuff. I have old textbooks from university that I do like to peruse now, because when I was in university, this was not who I was. I was just like, get me through this. I hate being here. It's only when I started becoming more self-aware and tapping into my innate gifts and powers of being a critical thinker and, like I said, being self-aware, is now where I can read between the lines, which is what I needed to do back in university, and I just did not have the ability to do so, again, because I was super insecure, had no confidence, didn't want to speak up, none of it. So I will actually go back and read a lot of the books I had signed to me in school because they're very interesting to me. It is what I went to school for, is what I love to do. I do it during work. That's why I'm quite knowledgeable about like human interactions and all of that. So I'll read my old philosophy books, I'll read my old psychology books, old sociology books. So you don't have to think of reading as just like an actual nonfiction or fiction book. Like when you think of reading, we think of like books, right? But we can think of reading now more and extend our knowledge into textbooks. Get the textbook, learn about it, read about it. It will take your knowledge to the next level. Another tip for this is just learning bigger words and learning more words. Expanding your vocabulary will take you to the next level. When I tell you, certain words will make you seem extremely smart. You can download apps that give you words of the day. You can follow Instagram accounts that give you words of the day. You can get the words of the day sent directly into your inbox. So many things to really expand your vocabulary. You can read a dictionary. I used to do that when I was younger. Like I would actually read a dictionary, because learning bigger words, knowing how to articulate and speak properly really takes you to the next level, even if you're not that intelligent. I've had so many people back in the day tell me, oh my God, you're so smart, you're so intelligent. But really it's just because I know how to articulate my words and think and talk at the same speed, which is a skill. So if you want a video on that, let me know and I will definitely do a full video on this. But again, books, reading textbooks, reading the dictionary, getting the words of the day sent straight to your inbox, listening to them, learning them, using them in sentences so you don't just look at the word and then forget it. And number 3 is courses. Courses right now are huge. And a lot of people think they're scams, but they're not a scam. They actually work. You just have to find somebody who's trustworthy and who is sort of an authority on the topic that you want to learn about. But jumping into different courses is a great way to learn something really quickly, apply the knowledge, and be like an expert. You can find people like myself who have their own courses, other people that you like. They're all putting their own knowledge into a package and you're learning from their years of experience and what they've learned. A course really will take you and push you to the next level. Learning new skills, learning a new mindset, learning a new hobby, whatever it is, don't hesitate to invest in yourself, because investing in yourself as a woman is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. Like I said, that is why these 3 quadrants never fail. You will always get somewhere looking hotter. You will always get somewhere being richer. You will always get somewhere being smarter. If you focus your efforts and attention on these 3 quadrants in any season of your life, whatever rebrand you're trying to have, you will always come out on top. Do this and come back to this video and tell me I'm not wrong. I love courses as well because you can choose, do you want a self-paced course if you are accountable and you actually have discipline, or are they time sensitive where you're working with somebody within the span of 6 weeks or 7 weeks to learn something new? Different needs for different people, again, depending on who you are and how you are as a person and your best method of learning. But I always recommend courses because as podcasts and books are available to us, and yes, everything is free information, that is all supplementary information, but courses just take you to the next level because your hand is being held and you're having some form of accountability. You're putting skin in the game by paying money for a course. You're putting skin in the game by having someone who's gonna hold your hand and be like, you need to show up. You need to do this for yourself. When you have a book, you can decide if you wanna read that book or not. If you have a podcast, you can decide, do you wanna put the podcast in? So now we've covered the 3 quadrants, hotter, richer, smarter. I wanna give you a little understanding of the new rules that you should be following. Because when you have a rebrand, new you, new rules. You gotta have things that are different because you will not get to this rebranded version of yourself by following the same old rules that last season you followed. Think of your rules as guidelines to how your new version of yourself needs to be living every day, every week, and every month. These rules are your framework and they're gonna help you keep aligned and focused on the person you're rebranding into and just help you keep on track. There's so many rules that you can come up with yourself, but here's just 4 examples that I use and that you can use too. Rule number 1, daily discipline. Set a specific routine for when you are accomplishing your self-care, when you're working on your side hustle, when you're learning something new. This is a non-negotiable. There needs to be allocated time for you to pour into whatever season of your life you're in right now and the things that you're picking up. So the new side hustle, the business, whatever. Rule number 2, cut out the people that need to go. Don't surround yourself with people who drain your energy with nonsense drama. If you're rebranding into somebody who does not deal with drama and stupid low vibe situations, people that do in your environment, they need to just be axed for a little bit. I'm not condoning anybody to do this, but I personally needed to do this on my rebranding in 2022, 2021, 2020. So do what you will with that information. Bottom line, protect your energy at all costs because the way your energy will be depleted by people around you who are not following you into your rebrand is so real. Rule number 3 is making sure you're prioritizing your health. This can kind of go into the glow up section, but you really won't get anywhere if your health is not in check. If you're not eating healthy, if you don't have the proper fuel for the glow up, if you don't have the proper mental capacity to learn information and input new stuff into your brain. Sleeping properly, because your sleep affects how productive you are and how much energy you have to pour into this stuff, right? So making sure that you're just prioritizing your health, huge. And rule number 4 is to always have a reflection every single week. Check in with yourself, reassess the goals, reassess what's happening, reassess this season of your life. Do we need to pivot? Does something need to be changed? Does something need to be removed or added? This will help you keep yourself accountable and focused on the big thing at play here. You and your season, because this is a season of life where you are not just like giving yourself a countdown and it's like boom. It's just a new season of life. It's your rebrand. Who do you want to be? How do you need to show up every single day in order to be that version of yourself? Because we can do a rebrand, but if we don't keep ourselves accountable, we don't stay focused, then we're going to slip back into old seasons of ourselves where we're repeating the same patterns, the same behaviors, the same toxic cycles. That is why we do rebrands, because we've decided that version of us is dead. We don't want her anymore. She doesn't serve us. Now we're this version of ourselves. So this version of ourselves requires new rules. Like I said, new you, new rules. So making sure you keep yourself accountable in this entire process is going to give you a seamless rebrand. And you're going to be like, I love these rebrands. You could rebrand today and then the next week be like, I'm over it. I love this. This rebrand served its purpose. On to the next rebrand. Remember, we all have willpower. You can do whatever you want. Rules, you come up with them, you follow them. However, make sure every single day you are doing things that align you with the version of yourself that you want to be in this season. Each season we have new goals, we have different things, and we have to take actions every single day to accomplish those things. That, my friend, is a successful rebrand. During a rebrand, a lot of things can come up and we might feel a little bit emotionally charged. So if you need to learn about how to regulate your nervous system so this doesn't happen to you, make sure you watch this video next.